Boxing fans, here is part 2 of my video around the undisputed fight Tyson the Gypsy King Fury versus Alexander the Cat Usyk, and what Usyk needs to do in order to win this fight on May the 18th. So here's a breakdown on Usyk's 5 key things that I believe he needs to employ to come out successful as the victor, as the first undisputed heavyweight champion in the last 25 years. Number 1, Usyk needs to be able to move in and out of range, throwing punches using his angles. So what Usyk has done successfully in the past, he needs to be able to do that. He needs to be able to come in and out, come in and out, come in the pocket, come out. And that is going to keep Fury guessing. And also he's going to be able to use his footwork, throw his combinations, get in, get out, and start to frustrate the much bigger, the much slower Fury. Number 2, there's been a lot of talk about the vulnerabilities that Usyk has to the body, and whether or not Fury is going to employ the tactic on targeting Usyk's body is yet to be seen. In my earlier video, I said Fury needs to target Usyk's body. But in my number 2 key point for Usyk's keys to victory is that he himself should target Fury's body. Now you must be thinking, but why? Fury has never shown vulnerability to the body. But there's always a first. But more importantly, that is a massive target for Usyk that he cannot miss. If you're thinking of how tall and how long Tyson Fury is, to keep Usyk out of range from getting to Fury's head, Usyk should simply vary his punches lower and target the body of Fury. If he starts punching Fury to the body, what will happen is Fury will start to realize, hey, these punches are coming, they're scoring shots, and he's going to then leave himself open to the head, where then Usyk can come back with that laser sharp backhand and then get his combinations through. Secondly, the more punches that Usyk is throwing to the body, it's scoring points. The judges will see that and will give easy points, especially in the closer rounds, to Usyk. And thirdly, by targeting Fury's big body, you're going to slow him down. He's already shown signs that he's slowing down. His punch output, the last few fights, have continued to decrease, while Usyk's increases in the later rounds. By throwing more punches to the body, he will start to tire the big man down, and especially if he doesn't come in fighting shape. So targeting the body could be a secret weapon that Usyk has been employing, and I believe should employ, against his fight with Tyson Fury. Number 3, Usyk does this really well, and he needs to be able to do this exceptionally well against Fury, is to use a lot of feints. Fury has not fought a boxer in recent years. I don't know if he's ever fought a boxer who uses feints well like him. He is usually the one employing feints, getting his opponents to think, should I throw this punch, should I not? He used feints brilliantly against Wilder. And Usyk is another master boxer at using feints. So he needs to use those feints, but the great thing about Usyk when he uses feints, he actually punches while he's using feints as well. So he's kind of using the feints and then punching, he's getting his shot through. It's going to keep Fury guessing. It's going to make him wonder whether he needs to employ his own feints, and it's going to start to frustrate and get Fury thinking, and potentially set up a trap for Fury to fall into with a big punch, or to frustrate him, and then Fury kind of goes into his shell. Number 4 for Usyk is the jab. The jab for Usyk is going to be absolutely critical in this fight. he needs to not only be able to use that jab. Now remember, Usyk, whilst he doesn't have the same reach as Fury, he's still got a decent enough jab and reach. He's got a 78-inch reach, which is pretty decent for a heavyweight. And he still knows how to close the distance really well, come in with his angles, and still get those jabs off. You saw what he did to Joshua. If I compare his fight to Joshua versus Joseph Parker's fight to Joshua, Parker's a pretty good boxer, and he was a lot younger and fresher then. Parker could not jab Joshua. Joshua kept him at bay with his jab. He couldn't do that with Usyk. The reason why is Usyk was using angles. So he wasn't just coming straight up and down. He was using angles and using his footwork to come in and around Joshua to use the jab. Now, why this is important is because if he's constantly jabbing Fury, especially to the face, and he's getting in and around those big long levers, it's going to start to frustrate Fury, and we could potentially see the cut on his eye open up. When I'm looking at Fury and I'm still seeing a little bit of the scarring there, I'm thinking, gosh, is it just going to take one good punch for that cut to open up? And as soon as that cut opens up, the whole fight is going to change, right? You saw how Fury struggled against Otto Wallin. Imagine what's going to happen if his eye opens up against Alexander Usyk. Usyk is no Otto Wallin. He will completely destroy Fury if his eyes open up and he's bleeding. He will not let Fury off the hook. So using the jab, targeting his eye, is my fourth point that I believe Usyk should do that will help him come out on top on this fight. And then number 5, and my last point, is exactly the same as what I talked about in the Fury breakdown video and his successes to victory, is that he needs to also, this is Usyk I'm talking about, vary his fighting tactics on the night. So what I mean is he needs to be able to come on the front foot, come on the back foot, use his footwork, use his combinations, punch the body, punch the head. He needs to use feints, he needs to use all of that, and to keep Fury guessing. Once again, Fury has not fought a fighter, I don't think, ever in his career like himself. This will be the closest that he will fight a fighter to himself, where he will constantly be varying his tactics and fighting style. If you do that to Fury, it's going to frustrate him. You saw how frustrated Fury was against Ngannou recently. And Ngannou wasn't even varying much of his tactics, but Fury just couldn't figure him out. Right? And he started to become weary because of the knockdown early on. So if Usyk could vary his fighting tactics on the night, employing different tactics, changing things up, varying it up like he can, like he's shown he already has in the past, it's going to get Fury guessing, thinking, and questioning himself. If Alexander Usyk can employ these 5 key tactics within the fight, I believe he will be able to come out on top as the undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis in 1999. So just to recap again, people, these are the 5 things that Alexander, the Cat Usyk, needs to employ, in my opinion, in order for him to be successful in winning the undisputed heavyweight championships. 8 belts is what I'm being told is on the line here. He needs to 1, move in and out of range, throwing punches while using angles. 2, target Fury's big body. Easier target to hit, lots of points on offer to be scored. Target that body, slows Fury down, gets the points, and convinces the judges that he's winning the fight. Number 3, use a lot of feints. Feint with Fury. Frustrate him. Let Fury know, you can do this, I can do it better, mate. If you want to feint, I'm going to feint with you. But when I feint, I'm also throwing punches, and a lot more of them. So what are you going to do? That's what he needs to do. Number 4, the jab. The jab is going to be so critical. Come in and out. The way he was jabbing Joshua, he needs to use those tactics against Fury. Use his angles, his footwork to come in and jab. Doing that up jab to Fury. Target that eye. Get that eye to come open. Once it gets cut open, the fight will completely change. You'll see Fury start to panic and he might try to rough things up, get points taken off, and then this time I think the refs and official will step in and either disqualify him or stop the fight on technicality because of the cut. And number 5, varying his fighting style. Just like Fury, he can't just go in with one style. He needs to box on the front foot, box on the back foot, use his angles, use his speed, use his combinations, and be ready for Fury trying to employ his roughhouse tactics. If Alexander Usyk can employ these 5 things, in my opinion, then I believe he will be our next undisputed heavyweight champion. And if there's one person that I wouldn't mind beating Tyson Fury, it would be Alexander Usyk, because he is an incredible champion. I have the utmost respect for him, and if he was fighting anyone else, bar probably AJ or Joseph Parker, I would be cheering on Usyk and putting on my Ukrainian flag in support to him as well. But he's fighting the big man, the Gypsy King, and I have to support the Gypsy King as a fan, but as an objective fan, not as a fangirl. But whatever happens in this fight, may the best man win, and I am super excited and I cannot wait to see all the action on May 18th. Stay tuned, because I will be doing a full prediction video closer to fight night. I'm probably going to do that after the weigh-in, because I want to see what these guys actually weigh in on. I want to look at the press conference. I want to look at take it everything from fight week, then make my decision, because right at this stage, I cannot separate them. I'm completely down the middle, 50-50. What I can say is I've got a sneaky feeling that it could be a draw. I just think it could be so cagey and it could be so close that we could have scores of 113-113 and like a split decision. You know, one sees it to Fury, one sees it to Usyk, and then a 113-113, and it's a draw. Very similar to Wilder Fury 1. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What does Usyk need to do to be able to beat Tyson Fury? What are the tactics that he needs to employ? Drop a like, drop a comment. Thanks for supporting this channel. It's continuing to grow. And as always, much love. Vinaka Vakalevu. You are watching Seru Bale's Boxing and Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. Vinaka.